So, what would you guys add to an NBA box score to help us as fans just understand the game and the
Oh, yeah.
statistics?
I
have the
have
perfect
a
answer.
picture perfect answer. I need to rest my voice, so you go first.
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
Yeah, I have my perfect. It's
I
so
also-
good. It's so good.
I think mine is better.
I think mine's better.
Okay, we're gonna see.
We'll see. We'll
Let
see.
Anthony judge. So mine is okay. So when I watch an NBA game, everything's based off of momentum, right? And if you did not watch an NBA game, you're not gonna really get that feel of where at what times the momentum has shifted from one team to the other, and who was a part of bringing momentum to their team, and who was part of like losing the momentum to their team. So I think if the NBA added a momentum stat,
Ooh.
somehow they can figure out maybe it's something like how many points did this person score, and then right after the other team called a timeout
Right.
to stop the momentum.
Maybe
right?
you're just souping up plus minus
What do you mean?
instead of plus minus.
Oh, souping it up, meaning
like making it more layered.
Yeah, maybe I'm doing that.
Maybe.
But I think that would be a very cool stat. So like,
Are you doing that
if
for
you're
every
reading
player or for the team
every
overall?
player, every player, you're giving them a momentum stat
So is
on
this
that game.
is this based off of their scoring load, or is this based off of the run that they're
It could literally be anything. Like it could be their steals that they had at the right time, or block that they had that changed the momentum in one
plays
direction.
that made a big impact in a
Impact
game.
plays, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I think if
That's
they add
fine.
that to it, I think that would tell a huge portion of, even like let's say this player had like 10 points, and you were like, oh, he had an okay game, right?
Yeah.
But if you had that impact play or that momentum shifter stat, you could see like, okay, this guy actually had a huge impact on his team's win.
Right.
So I think that'll be really good.
I'll give you a good example. In Game 6 of the second round, when the Celtics played the Sixers, Jason Tatum finished the game with like 20-something points. He was 1 of 15 from the field going into the fourth quarter.
Right.
And that's when he exploded and the Celtics went on their run.
Right.
So I think that could be a good stat that defines who wins Clutch Player of the Year.
Interesting.
Because
I
on
like
both
that.
ends of the floor,
Well-
I think Clutch Player of the Year is just predominantly gone to who's clutch in the fourth quarter on offense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you add maybe like clutch effectiveness?
That's essentially what it could be named.
No, but I don't want to focus this on the fourth quarter because momentum shifts throughout the entire game.
Right, yeah. So I guess maybe it's just anything from, let's say, the last 2 minutes of a game to a random 18-0 run in the second quarter.
Right, something like that.
So I like it. I think it's good. So I still think mine's better.
Okay.
Biasedly.
Let's hear it.
So I would add 2 things to the box score, if I'm allowed.
That's fun.
So these are 2 statistics that exist, and they're statistics that are so important to what makes a player valuable and what makes a player like really effective on the floor on both ends. And which one do you want me to reveal first? The defensive end or the offensive one?
Defense.
All right, so the first one is going to be deflections.
Okay.
Deflections are really important because
Talking about like tip passes.
tip passes,
Love
anything
that.
that can result in a steal, or let's say there's a wide open LeBron under the basket, Jokic tips it out of bounds that stopped the point from being
Right.
scored. So and that
Really
also feeds into DPOI combos. If someone's really good with their quick hands, then that could really be a good edge for a point of attack defender to win it, right? Because most DPOIs are won by big men. Marcus Smart's like the only one I could think of that's won it that wasn't one of those guys. So I think those stats could be huge for someone like Herb Jones, someone
Yeah.
like
He's
KCP, Jalen Suggs when he comes into his prime.
he's taken the route like NFL with PDs, pass deflections,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as
for
a
sure.
cornerback and a safety.
Yeah.
I feel like
they're
that should also
stopping
be
and
it should also change for the NFL too, because like I feel like if an interception's thrown and it's been deflected, it shouldn't go against the QB. There should be kind of like the earned, unearned like interceptions, kind of like in baseball with the runs.
Wait, what do you mean? So if
So
QB throws a pick
if-
and it's deflected, it
No,
shouldn't be on
somebody
the QB.
tips it up.
Let's say
in
it was
the
a
air.
let's say it was a picture perfect pass. The wide receiver like it bobbles off of his hands
Yeah.
and lands in a defender's hands.
Yeah.
Like,
That should go against the receiver.
well, it should just be an unearned interception. But
Yeah.
we're sidetracking on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the offensive one needs to be in the box score. And I'm pissed off that it's not. Screen assists. Screen assists are so important. If you guys play 2K and you set a screen and the guy scores off of your screen, you get the screen assist notification
Yeah.
and your game score goes up. So why isn't it an NBA box score?
Are you adding that to the regular assist, or is that its
No,
own
it's its
category?
own thing, screen
Its own
assists.
category.
If you look at screen assist statistics
That's
over the
true.
past however many years, Steven Adams has been all-time levels of screen assisting.
Yeah.
And it's you can tell with centers nowadays, there's not many good screeners left in the league. I mean, Rudy Gobert sets probably the worst illegal screens I've ever seen in my life. So that's when you really get into good screeners like Nikola Jokic, like Steven Adams.
Valanciunas.
Jonas Valanciunas from time to time, yes. So I think screen assist can really tell
For sure.
who is being effective as a center. Brooke Lopez is another beautiful option for that.
Yeah.
So those are the two that I would add.
I like that a lot, actually.
And I
Those
think
two are good.
yeah.
You're giving me a run for my money. I think you might have pulled it out.
I think I might have done it. I might have pulled something there.
Yeah.
All right, we ran into some technical difficulties. Antoine needed to step out for a few minutes. But yeah, so basically we were just going to recap what he had said for his answer. And he had mentioned it previously, but for the segment purposes, it just makes sense to say it again now. So do you want to say what it was?
I forget what it was.
Of course you did. So basically it was about PER, player efficiency
Oh, right,
rating,
right.
how effective you are on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I mean, yeah, that's like I feel like it is in the stats already. Like if you look in the advanced stats
But we're talking about on a box score.
on a box
Without
score.
having to click on a like show full stats.
Okay.
That's kind of what I would show. So what do you think as far as that goes?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good stat. It shows you the trueness, and I think it's more of an accurate
Absolutely.
stat. So yeah,
I like all those little like intricate stats, like PER, value of replacement, points per 100 possessions, true shooting, effective
Right.
field goal percentage.
the stuff that not everyone looks at.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's important stuff.
And I'm not going to name names and beat MVP advocates, but like those stats are important, you know? Those stats are the foundation of why Jokic is so good.
Yeah,
So, and that's kind of where Embiid lacked in that regard. Embiid is an eye test guy. Jokic should be an eye test guy, but the average NBA fan doesn't see that. And that's why the numbers don't lie.
I see that.
A lot of them don't, believe
Everyone
it or not.
sees Jokic as probably like top
For the
two.
longest time, he was not even, people weren't even putting him in the same conversation as Embiid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's crazy to me. Like
that's
it makes
changed.
no sense. Obviously, it's changed because we've seen how good he is in the playoffs. I mean, his efficiency levels on that end are just obscene.
Yeah.
So yeah, that essentially was this episode of Shower Thoughts. Do you have any thoughts on it?
I mean, look, comment down below what you think was the best idea to add to the box score, because I'm actually very curious what you guys think. So,
Yeah.